Oh boy, I am back. Hello, Nick Applesauce. Is that a duck? Is that a duck waving? Nice. So it's the yeah, good to see you too. Please, yeah, hype wave. Alright, that's neat. How are you doing this evening? Gonna get some music on, some nice tunes. Hey, Alroy. So, doing good. Nice to hear. Everybody doing good, or hopefully everyone's doing okay at least. Your account got hacked? Had to customize a few things? Oh damn. That sounds like a bit of a problem. But it wasn't anything serious that happened then, you just had to fix things. Didn't you didn't like lose access to your account or anything? There's still all my game accounts, I'm storing them, they really want to hack them back. I don't know why I don't spend anything. Oh, I see. Well, I guess they're just, I don't know, they hack people they get access to. Doesn't matter if it makes sense. Spider-Man tried Texas game, didn't realize Mexicans accept culture. Yeah, I know. They are indeed an accepted culture. Which is a bit interesting, I guess. Maybe it makes sense for Texas at this point, seeing as they just were part of like Mexico and they do have some, well, Mexican minorities. Only a little bit though. But yeah, I mean, you wouldn't believe it based on how things are now. Stood everything except my Facebook with its bloated mess anyway. Yeah, Facebook. I do still have a Facebook account, but I hardly use it anymore. Seems like it's not a super relevant platform anymore. Let's see. Makes sense for the time. Yeah, I figure. And it does make playing Texas slightly easier, seeing as you get accepted cultures from Mexico if you conquer stuff. Anyway, since I streamed last time, I've actually been doing some experimentation and such off stream, and I realized that you can actually get the win against Mexico more decisively in the first war and get some land from them immediately, so you don't have to wait for the truce, which involves allying with the USA, which you can't do immediately. So you need to raise relations a little bit, and you can just barely get an alliance before they intervene. Because if they intervene, you can't add any additional war goals on Mexico, but if you manage to call them in as an ally, then you can add additional war goals. You can become better Mexico with the US help, really. Interesting. If you wanna... It's a bit finicky, but we'll see how it goes. I think I managed to get it somewhat consistent. See, did I set all this up well? Hopefully. Well, first we're just gonna position ourselves here. The AI tends to do exactly the same thing at the start. To just ram into us here and get destroyed against this beast of a man, Sam Houston. Hello, bucket on the internet. Hope you're doing good. So let's see if we can we catch these folks? Guess I need to preferably avoid Mexico taking things from me. This is not actually a great idea, probably. I don't really want to run into both of these. Question is, will they escape now? Okay, so I can get this 6k on my own, maybe. Greece relations, that should be just barely enough to ally the US once we have the diplo point again. Then hopefully I can clear these out and maybe attack this stack to stop them from besieging that. Though it's not that easy since I don't have any attack on this general, he's only defensive. I can't reinforce either while we're here. We'll see. I might need to retry the start a few times before I get it right, but let's at least wait till next month, see if we reinforce at all. We did, okay. Why don't you modify the files and make a version with better infamy system, like Victoria 3? Well, that maybe that would have been a thing to do if I just wanted to play, you know, role play or something like that to make things a bit more realistic. But I'm kind of just doing these sort of challenge runs in the vanilla game, so I want to keep it unmodded. Oh crap, they reinforced. Okay, well, fortunately, what? Oh, they wouldn't accept shit. Okay, they usually accept there, but I think my army got smashed too much, so they would. So I'm gonna restart. I wouldn't have worked out. As soon as Mexico occupies anything, then the US can intervene, and then they will. So can't let that happen. Fortunately, this time you do preserve some leadership points from last attempt because this game is very well coded. So I'll be able to recruit another general shortly. And maybe we can get some attack or something. So we are more better on the offensive. Right. Again, they're gonna ram into me with 12,000 infantry, which isn't gonna work. Sometimes you manage to wipe them here in the first battle, but not this time. See, attack 1, well, you know what, that is better than attack 0. They're going through El Paso. Gonna do that so that they gonna need to reinforce. Do I want to ram into them here? Probably gonna reinforce too, so I don't think I want to. Now they're going to Lubbock on the 15th. Well, I don't really have a choice. I'm gonna have to attack them here. Hope for the best. Don't necessarily need to destroy them so long as I slow down their siege. So yeah, I'm not winning that, but I did reduce their numbers, so they are gonna be sieging slower now. So hopefully it's slow enough. I'll get another diplo point by the end of the month. I'll switch this out for Sam Houston now, so we have defense. I'm gonna try to occupy a province so that I can. Yeah, now. Yeah, they just barely accept now. But I can't let my army get smashed too badly because then they Won't accept anyway. And we can call them in. So now they're just a regular ally, so I can add more war goals. Fortunately, I can't add any yet. Hopefully I can win the siege before they win here, because then I'll get positive war score. Looks like they'll be a little bit quicker though. Fortunately for me, I still got this, and I have defense here, so if I can win this battle, that'd be good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, they're coming in as well. Fine, as you wish. Then we'll try to retake this. Looks like US is coming down here, so maybe they'll smash into these guys before they finish the siege. Yes, good. So again, just need to get... If I win this siege, I'll get positive war score, at least briefly. Then I can add one war goal. But again, doesn't look like I'll have the time. Now they're coming back. Alright, well. It's gonna have to hope for the best here. Can always create more generals, see if we better attack general in case I need to attack again. They rolled a 0, so it's a good start to that battle, though I think... Oh, they rolled another 0. Okay. I guess I'm winning then. Did not expect to win, if I'm being honest. Anyway, still, US is the war leader now, so I don't get any battle war score, which is a bit of an issue. Also, I lost one of my units, so now there's a decently good chance the US will take a white piece before I have a chance to add anything. And I lost another of my units, so yeah. I think we're probably gonna have to restart anyway at this point. Almost certainly. It's actually taking quite a long time, so who knows. This is a sort of a problem. I earlier experimented with whether it was possible to win against Mexico on your own without help from the US. But the problem is you kind of bleed soldiers right from the start, so you just eventually you don't reinforce anymore. Maybe let's do this one. Quite a lot of tax efficiency. Again, I still just need this. Alright, that's is enough. So add one more goal and see if we have time to add the second one, because I do want 2 of them. Okay, sweet. I'll probably take Jalisco. They'll get me a Pacific Coast. Okay, I was too late. They only gave me one of them. Maybe building a ship to gain war score. Yeah, that's a possibility. I kind of want to... I can try to avoid building ships too early because it's so expensive. But that is one way to do it. Well, I got one state. Unfortunately, I really need a Pacific coast. So I think we're gonna have to restart this run. So just for fun, we're gonna game over ourselves. I think it's funny that you can even take that decision as a player. Just get yourself an X like that. But oh well. Anyway, we have even more leadership points this time, so hopefully we get some good generals. Could encourage soldiers here maybe to hold on to our beginning armies just a little bit longer, but it's probably more worth it to go for more literacy in the long term. Minus attack 2, that is useless to me. Start once you get Pacific Coast. Korea, probably not Korea. I'll probably do Japan because even with extra Mexican troops, I might not have enough to really take on Korea head on. But with Japan, I can cheese it with boats, so I think I'll probably do that. Maybe you can contain. Excuse me. Imagine you could continue playing a state like in Crusader Kings. Oh yeah, you mean if I got annexed by the US? Yeah, that'd be interesting actually. It's sort of like being a puppet, I guess. Then you can continue playing, but it's not really. It's not as fun as being a vassal in Crusader Kings. And we'll look at that. I wiped them. That happens sometimes. And I got an attack 2 general as well. Interesting. Sounds fun. Yep. Cheating Japan with boats is actually quite fun. Okay, this puts us in a better position. 21st of March here. Then we can get rid of these. And probably just move on to these folks like immediately. And clear them out. Okay, they actually don't even want to stick around. Well, then maybe I'll just stay and get a head start on this siege. Then I'll definitely have the war score to add something, which is nice. But for the time being, might still want to clear these out as well. Then we need to wait until the diplomat comes back. Okay, I'm winning. Call you in. And then we just need to take it easy. Switch back to Sam Houston and stand around in Austin, I suppose. Alternatively, I switch back to the attack guy. That's the wrong guy. And try to time this on like the 24th. And clear out some more of these. I didn't do the pausing right there. When do I get another? Should be next month. So I can actually start adding more goals. US, well, they're invading over there as per usual. Let's see, I'll just chill here for the time being. Okay, so now we should be able to add them early enough that it works out. Okay, they're attacking me, so let's switch back to the defense god. We have this dude, Antonio Santa Anna. Decent on the offensive, but not decent enough. Cool. So the US is coming in. They're probably gonna attack here, I suspect. So maybe we'll just join in the fun. Yeah. Oh yeah. Still need more diplo points for the next war goal. And should I just continue to try to clear them out here, or should I? It's probably better we move on. honestly. I'll head over to start occupying the war goal. Yes, technically it would be better if we didn't kill too many Mexicans now, because then I'll have more Mexicans for later. Don't waste Mexicans today, so you can have more Mexicans tomorrow. That is a word of wisdom. This guy is incompetent, but at least he is cool-minded enough. So true, yes. Oh, we got a... So then we take Jalisco. Technically, I could get either Jalisco, I don't know how to pronounce that, or Morelia. Morelia has more pops, I think, though they have a fairly big portion of, not Mexicans. Whereas I think this state has more Mexicans, which is better for me since I accept Mexicans. Since I accept both Mexicans and Texans, perhaps we should just call ourselves Texicans. Yeah. Oh well. Do you have armies left? You have 2 armies left. I mean 2 brigades. You sure you want to stay up here, US, instead of like down here where there are war goals? I don't think I'll attack these if I don't have to. I'll just go and occupy. Tex-Mex, yeah. I mean that's a thing, I guess, already. Wonder if they will attack me in the mountains. I think it would be funny if they would attack me in the mountains, actually. I'd like that. Yay. Medicine. I'm not sure. Like, I kind of want to get some economic power because my economy is garbage. But military techs would be nice too. Unfortunately, they do make my armies more expensive, so I'll take some economy first. Still just up there. Well, I continue to move about in the mountains, because then eventually they'll probably try to attack me. And probably that shouldn't work very well for them. I'm kinda gaining militancy. I would love to get some social reforms in. If I can, at some point. Oh, hey, they just beelined it down here, okay, cool. Maybe I'm just gonna stay here and let them attack me, because otherwise they're just gonna keep retaking everything I occupy. I mean, this should work out. I mean, I am in... Okay, never mind. Well, that works. Texas. Beautiful. Now we have a coastline. And fortunately, we don't have any ability to build. I'm just gonna remove that from the equation. Gonna load this. And then we're gonna start encouraging soldiers here in Zacatecas. And we can hopefully get some soldiers. Now these ones are probably not long for the world, because they have... This pub has 28 people, 816. Yeah, they're gonna run out of people pretty soon. We can mobilize 2 brigades, which is cool. But yeah, we're gonna need to wait a while. Yeah, one of them disappeared already. Wait a while until we have increased soldiers here, until we can build. Not sure how much I'll want in order to take on Japan. If I trap them properly, on the island, and I won't need that many troops, but I did do test runs where wow, 10 shared prestige. Oh boy. I did do some test runs. Okay. It's my cat. He's here and shouting at me. Now he jumped up into my lap. Cool. Yeah, I did do some test runs where I fought against Japan, and it didn't go too well because I had a bit too few troops, not enough troops. I need some admirals. Speed minus 35, so he is utterly useless. Oh well. Anyway, this is quite a bit faster than the earlier strat where I waited out the initial truce. Means I can get the run going almost 5 years earlier. Now this admiral is a bit better. I can work with him. This is cool as well. Army attrition and military hospitals. It's all good things. But except the culture in the new world is useless. Immigrants come in and convert. Well, it's not useless. It's, I think, well, it's not as useful, of course. But here in the beginning, it certainly is useful before I get immigration. That's where it's going to be the most important. The funny thing is that Texas accepts Mexicans, but they don't accept like Yankee or Dixie. So once I start conquering USA, I won't have accepted pops there. Still no additional troops. Hopefully we'll get there. Let's get some jingoism. Why not? I don't know if I should get like consciousness or whatever. I really try to increase militancy as much as possible. People really don't like less is fair, even though that's what we have. But I just take the option that pisses off people the most. Did an experiment in Manila, Victoria gave all American continents to the USA, and by 1900s all the Americans were core with either majority or slight majority Yankee in all of them. Yeah, it's a bit... I think it makes some amount of sense that immigrant pops that don't have like any cores of their own, that they would assimilate pretty quickly, but you know that you can conquer like other countries that do have cores and they still assimilate equally fast. That's a bit weird. Okay, so the Whigs are in power. It's slightly good for the economy because I do get a bit more tariffs. Let's increase the spending actually. But it's bad because they are anti-military, so that'll slow down my war justifications and whatnot, but what can you do? Of course, no matter New World, if you yourself are from the New World. Yeah. At least they don't affect things much. Okay, I'll do idealism now, so we get the research bonus. I'm able now to build one unit, and I can mobilize 2, and I technically still have American Pan-Nationalists. Yeah, okay. Technically still have a little bit here. This artillery might survive for a while due to being backline, but maybe I'd like to get at least one more Mexican regiment before we try to sail off anywhere. Almost tempted to build a naval base to get better naval supply, because I think I'd like to have like 5 ships or something. Anyway. That was the soldier pops in here. Maybe we should outlaw slavery, to be honest. Though we have very few slaves. Probably because, I mean, there are a lot of slaves in Texas, but it is not in the other states. Actually, people want that. It's better to give them things they don't want, because then they remain angry. And then you get more reforms. Which is it's a fun logic. Zacatecas now has 1.3 soldiers, 1.0 in Jalisco, but it doesn't seem to be enough to actually raise any regiments yet. Don't suppose I get any immigration thus far. Even the USA hardly gets any. Would be very great if I could get like one more brigade. These are, I don't know if they're recovering at all actually, or if they're just dropping even more. Focus is Zacatecas. 6.14k, is that the number of soldiers we have there? Because if so, I feel like that should be enough to build another brigade, shouldn't it? Why do I know? I don't know math. I'll probably want a hussar for the good recon. Then maybe another artillery. Look at that. That's another one. Great. We'll settle for this. We're gonna need boats. Boat load. 1, 2, 3. Should we get? I'll need at least 5 to transport everything I have. Which is, I don't know how that's gonna do with the supply. Probably gonna be shit, but we have a speed 20% guy, that's good. I should probably also start justifying on Japan then. The US is already cordial, so I just need to start the war before they become friendly, which hopefully I can. Would suck otherwise. And we are indeed getting the goods we need. My rank is pretty decent. It just costs me a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. 4 out of 3. Out of 3. Okay, so I can build even more. I don't really wanna wait any longer though, so gonna have to settle for this. We got ourselves a nice little stack of. Oh wait, there's 6 of them here. Didn't realize. Well, like I said, these cavalry are probably not gonna live very long anyway, so I'll remove them. 66% penalty for naval supply, which is, I mean, that's not ideal if you want your boats to survive, but hopefully it works. This guy is kinda good, but he's not fast. Speed is probably of the essence here. 27. Yeah, okay. So timing's gonna be pretty decent for getting over there. Money is tight, so we're gonna need to lower the spending a bit. Would be nice to have a little higher spending on these things. But yeah, gonna need to raise land spending. It's gonna be expensive. Oh, look at that. This is a lower... I don't really need more assimilation rates, so I don't want to reduce my research points either. More liberals. Damn liberals taking over Texas. Okay. So, how do we want to do this? I'm gonna want to split up these ships after we leave me landfall. It's funny to see if the US would accept us. They will not. Okay, so get over there. Then might as well split these up and you took the siege with you, did you? Actually, you can head back to these boats. And let's see. No one is in Kyushu at the moment. Suppose we could put you over here. Take these islands. Oh, already, huh? Oh, that's funny. Coming for their course. Well, the US is defending me, so that should be fine. I mean, this isn't very smart of them at all, to be honest. So I'll just trust the US to handle this for me. Do not want to lower population. It's funny as well. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should take into account the fact that I'm allied to the US, so. But they don't really seem to do that very well. Okay, so now we're gonna need to pull off this maneuver properly. They're not. Huh? Okay. 30th of June. Gonna want to get out and block them just before they arrive. 29th. There's Russia. Oh boy. You might want to get back here so you... Then you can head off. So we'll let them gather up here, as many as possible. 192. They have something like 220 units, I guess. At least the US is getting weaker too. Yeah, I suppose slightly. I hope to be able to start pummeling them shortly before they have time to become a big beast of burden. I might have been a bit premature about loading these onto ships because I need to. Actually, you can sail off and you go in. Great. That's the entire Japanese military, most likely. On the Julius Shield list to make sure that they... Last one is on the 25th, so... 25th, so we go out on the 27th. Yeah, good. That'll catch them with your pants down. People are not angry enough. We're seeing how you pull off the USA war. Yeah, we'll we'll see how that goes. I never got that far when I experimented, so we'll see. Reforming USA by attacking Japan. Yep, that is how you do it. Also, hello, West. Haven't seen you in a while, so Good to see you again. Anyway, yeah, this is the gist of the Japan strat. I have now trapped the entire Japanese army on this island, and they can do nothing about it. Which is funny. Hey, how you been? During all these years since last time I streamed. Alright, cool. Let's get back here. Now the only thing we really have to fear is that Japanese Navy somehow manages to outpower me, which isn't too likely, but it can happen if these ships degrade too much. So gonna need to take another port here so that we get supplies. Okay, well, I'm probably gonna be taking some suffering from Mexico before that war fizzles out. Great. Then we have... They are in decent shape, should hopefully not degrade anymore. I am running out of money though, so we'll lower everything non-essential, including frankly some of the military spending. There might be some random stragglers of Japanese troops, but hopefully not too many. Very busy in the last decade, I guess. I see, yeah. Yeah, I was a bit busy before too. That's life, I suppose. Let's see. We'll need to pick up these soon. These are part of the state of Kyushu, which is my war goal, so I do want to occupy these little islands if I can. And also the rest of Kyushu. Meanwhile, I am going to gather my navy here for the time being, so that it would be very bad if something happens to these ships. Alright, well, one positive thing with the war exhaustion I'll get now is that I'll get militancy too. By the way, we should have more war goals. I'm not sure if I should go above infamy limit for this. I think going above infamy limit should be safe. I am spared by the US, and I'm also like on a different continent than the other great powers. I don't think anyone should try to contain me, other than maybe like Mexico. But of course, it's not a very comfortable thing to gamble on either. I am making shit money now because my land is being occupied. Could you go and maybe... Oh, good, they're here. The economic problems are the worst actually at the moment. All pops in Texas. Wow, that's a lot of... I'm just gonna hold off on reforms till people are angry enough for me to pass social reforms. Gonna start getting some military techs. That would be useful to have once I do fight the US. If I can have a tech advantage on them, that would be very good. Alright, then we go and pick these up as well. Add on. How are things? Trading sieges while they are sieging up here as well. I see. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. It's gonna hurt my reinforcement rate, isn't it? Actually, not really. But my economy is gonna hurt from the war exhaustion eventually, so. Gonna go for atheism just to piss people off even more. I think once we're above 6 militancy, I should be able to pass social reforms. Let's see, let's hold off till next month, see if we reinforce anything. Pro-military, he did not reinforce anything. That is unfortunate. So here's the Japanese Navy. They might look bigger and scarier than mine, because they only have transports, but I don't think they have much in the way of supplies, so if they try to attack me, they should hopefully not succeed. Keep suppressing societies. One reason I'm not reinforcing is of course that I have kind of low spending, which unfortunately is a bit of a necessity when my economy is crap. Where did the Mexicans? Oh, okay. They died. Could you, like, do something about this maybe? Maybe I should. Yeah. Maybe I should. I don't know. Like, I could try to retake them, but it's probably not. I suspect that war's gonna be over soon anyway. Whoop, that's Japanese troops. Where are they headed? I don't know. I'm gonna raise this then. I mean, there's not a lot of them, but still, I don't wanna suddenly end up dying. It's about 6 militancy. Can I get social reforms? I can. Gonna get ourselves some healthcare for the pop growth. So in the long run, that's probably gonna be pretty good. Let's try to... What is the best we have in terms of attack? Attack 2 probably is the best. Should be good enough. Let's just wait till next month though, if we can happen to reinforce it all. A little bit, yeah. Boop. As well. Okay. Less army attrition, that's good. I need to lower this as can. I'm still losing money very quickly. Oh, new Mexicans. How is this war going even? Oh, hopefully we'll win soon. Thinking if I should disband some ships to save money, but I don't know. I'd rather not risk anything. I can't even add... Oh, I'm actually lacking jingoism, huh? Oh, good. That war ended as well. That's good. Then we'll pass another reform. I think I might be struggling to get jingoism because people want other things, I suspect. outlaw slavery, for example. Might just need to outlaw slavery to make people focus on what's important in this world, namely war. Not even sure how much I'm losing. That's a decent amount of war exhaustion. I'm not gonna be able to do anything about it though for a while. Don't want to decimate my own population though. Okay. More healthcare. We have enough jingoism soon. Well, it's not really a hurry. How do you feel about this? You don't even accept this yet. We could probably take 4 states as far as war score goes. I do want more, but I'll keep this in the corner just in case something goes utterly wrong and I need to end the war quickly. Gonna raise this a little bit more because I don't think I'm reinforcing faster than I take attrition. I think next time I can pass a reform, I'll probably outlaw slavery just to free up jingoism for myself. And also, you know, because it's the right thing to do, morality and whatnot. That should do it, yes. So Kansai, I suppose, keep it. So now we'll go above infamy limit. We'll see if I get pummeled then, or if being in the US sphere plus being on a different continent is enough to convince people that I'm not worth the bother. That's 3 states. So this is 64. Might as well, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. Chubu. Then I have like half of Japan or something. And with those troops, we can hopefully take on the US. That is all of the states. Yes, okay, good. Sweet. I just... No, it wasn't all of the states. It was just 3 of them. Okay. Oh well. I misread that. Oh well, I still got 3 of them. So, what does that do for my economy? It is good for my economy. Maybe good enough that I can actually start spending things again. A little bit. Should demobilize, by the way. No. Demands in Empire of Mexico. Cool. Can lower naval spending too. So we got ourselves a lot of Japanese now. Which I'm gonna encourage soldiers here for a bit. I feel like I might want to recover my economy a little bit before I start mass producing soldiers again though. Maybe I should even lower this, even though I do want more education, but good healthcare. We now have better healthcare than IRL Texas. Sweet money. Okay. Yeah, so nobody seems to be containing me. How is the US doing? They don't have that many standing brigades. I actually will have more. They can of course mobilize quite a bit more. And they have Tech 7, I think. Get this and then Army Professionalism. Then after that, we might be ready to start pounding the Americans. I hope. Oh well, let's start building. Can think about this. We have 2 units right now, Hussar and Artillery. We can mobilize 3 infantry. So like 1, 2. Go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably won't bother with engineers just yet. And then these, and then we can get some more there. Would be good to have more navies. I'll get, I don't know. I'll take 3 more ships. Don't really have enough of a naval force limit. But these are in poor condition also. So I'm not sure if I trust these to carry anyone above beyond the sea. I'll rid myself of these 2. We'll build 2 more instead. Meanwhile, I can begin to ship you back. You're not fast, you are. If we're gonna fight the US, I'd really like to get over back here. I'm above I mean, I still have military access. Cool. Then I can go through the US to prepare for the war against the US. Portland. Speed. Well, boy, this is so expensive. Okay. No, we'll spend nothing else for a while. We are able to build everything or buy everything we need. It's just costing me. We'll get some school system. Why not? Get some education. We will be freedmen. Okay. Whatever you're saying. Alright, great. Now we're recovering economy again. Pay these loans immediately. Raise this a little bit. Raise these. Actually, a pretty decent economy. All things considered. So you'll have to head back. So then we'll be able to start picking up Japanese troops soon. 33% penalty to supply. Gonna have to make several trips because I don't want to exceed my naval force limit too much. But that's how it is. again, I want the fastest one. Do we have anyone about 20% speed here? Maybe not. No. So I think I'm gonna stop auto-creating leaders now, because I don't think I need any more admirals at this point. Not that many anyway. Oh yeah, these guys. We'll pick them up at some point. So, well, 3 more. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll be able to pick up 2 of these and then I'll have to make another trip. There we go. More school system. This should also help with immigration slightly. US still has a big advantage for me. See, do they have... I hope they don't have Statue of Liberty yet. Okay. Oh, good timing. Oh no, they cancelled military access now. Yeah, they don't like me anymore. In that case, I mean, sailing around is a bit of a pain. I guess we'll drop them off here for now then. And then we'll see what we do after. Let's see if we can these rebuild a little bit, maybe? Not really. Okay, well, we can afford more stuff here for the time being. We'll go for army professionalism. At that point, our army should be pretty good shape, hopefully. Bird up, and I mean, I'm not gonna get military access through Mexico, that's for sure. My truce with them is till 1851. We will pick that option. So just a little bit more and we can get the lost education reform. That's probably worth it. There are no gods, we're pissing everybody off. Okay, we already lost 2 ships. Well, I only have 6 ships. I'm still able to carry 8 units. That is intriguing. I'll see if anyone gets lost at sea. Maybe they will. Then I guess we'll have to come back for this one at some point. I am still in the US sphere of influence. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm actually dropping it. Militancy now, so Democratic Party. I'm gonna need to... Oh yeah, I need to be a secondary power for that. Huh. Can't do much about that. are we? Otherwise I can't even declare war on the US if I'm not secondary power. They're at 71, I'm at 60. That's a bit of a problem. Though I could fight Mexico again if I need to. So now I'm only 5 ships left. I'm still managing to carry all of these over. This game makes a lot of sense. Can't build any more in Japan. So I guess we'll just go back to encouraging soldiers in Zacatecas then. I will try to pick up this last regiment. Then I'm not sure. I mean, I could make it around here if I maybe like mass produce some ships or something. Keep giving people things they don't want. Well, at the moment I'm well, okay. I was gonna say I was kind of on par with immigrants with the US, but not really. I mean, Mexico is likely to attack me again, I guess. Well, maybe not. I could attack them. Mostly just so as a handy way to get over here. Also, I do need to reach secondary power status, so Denmark. So it would be good to beat up Mexico a little bit more just for the like prestige or something. Oh, you're here. I did not realize. Then yes, we'll probably do that. I suppose I might as well take another state while I'm at it. So press. See if we. Oh, or we just get that event and we're a secondary power anyway. Okay. Well, then, I don't know. It's honestly probably easier to just declare war on Mexico just to get over here. As long as they don't get any other allies or other truce is already over. Well, as long as the US doesn't sphere them before. Because, oh wait, right, it's the only, my truce is already over, I just realized. So I can declare war on Mexico whenever I want to. So we'll do that shortly. And I have a free war goal on them, which I'm not going to enforce because it gives revanchism. We can build more Japanese, but it's a bit late for that. My ships disappeared. Oh, did all my ships disappear, including the one I was transporting? Okay, that's cool. Actually, I don't want to add a war goal I can't enforce. That's not very good. Place in the sun, I don't know what that's gonna be. This is just 10% war score, so we'll go for that one. That'll give me extra prestige too, so I can hold on to secondary power. We will intervene immediately, thank you. We got ourselves a nice juicy military tech there. So I am now ahead of the US technically. I'll continue though to Research that. Shit. Well, this is expensive, so we'll cut back on everything else for the moment. Oh. This feels very slow, but I guess it is soon done. I should arrange these perhaps. So you have some troops. Feels like we have more infantry than we... sort of lacking... I mean, that's a horse up there, so I guess that's how that works. Place in the sun is taking a color, right? So maybe that would be Colorado, something up there. Yeah, I think so. These are still colonies. Hope that the US, these are still colonies of the US as well. I hope that they maintain that because they'll be cheaper to take war score wise. So I want to kind of rush the capital. Kinda. Because I just want this war with Mexico to be as quick as possible. See, what do you want the least, aside from this doesn't affect immigration, so we'll take this. Okay, got that now, and hopefully the US has not speared them yet. No. However, before I do this, I need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. I have returned. Is this a new category on the leaderboard? No. I mean, technically it is a formable nation, so I suppose it could be, but I'm not sure if it will, because I don't know how long this is gonna take. It might take way too long for anyone to really bother making it a category. So maybe it's just for fun. Anyway, gonna do this. And I'm not sure if I mean, you can try to move through here. Don't want them to accidentally get caught out and killed by something, though it would be useful if they could join up here. Okay. They are mobilizing, and they are occupying mountains, which is the worst place to attack. Texan Empire. Yes, that is kind of what we're doing, I guess. Maybe just miss doing World Conquest and use a formable excuse. Well, yeah, part of me has kind of wanted to try doing World Conquest again. Though, I think I do for a while, then I remember the lag. Which was just kind of horrible. That's kind of the main thing that's keeping me from doing it again. But, I don't know, we'll see. Probably wouldn't do it as Texas, though. So that's the capital. Do you wanna... No, you don't want to give up yet. That's a shame. Well, I'll try to avoid fighting them unless I really have to. Because it would be better if I didn't have to fight. Cat is back. With a puppet World Conquest, alleviate lag instead of an X. I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure what causes most of the lag late game. Maybe doing puppets. Though you can't have too many puppets because as soon as you can't have more than one state puppets because otherwise they'll become great powers eventually and break free. So glad I caught Sark's streams. Originally see him take a mathematical approach to. Well, thank you, Big Dickens. I appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, it is kind of fun to take a mathematical approach to these games sometimes. They are heading for Mexico City. Actually, what are they doing? They're splitting up into less efficient siege stacks. Great strategy. Still going on mountains here. I should... Oh, that's not what I meant to do, actually. I think I was gonna retake my occupied territory, because I guess it costs me a fair bit, yeah. Well, let's try to take this back. How are you feeling? They would accept, so we just need to move these over and we're good to go. That's another 10 per stage also. Nice. Then we will... What will we do? Strategy-wise, we still have... Do we still have Sam Houston? Yeah. I have attack 4 as well. Would be good to make use of him since defense 6 is wild. But then I might need to lure the US into defensive battles, which is kind of annoying to do. So maybe I'll... They're not that much bigger than me. Why can I not? Okay, I need lower relations. Well, we can decrease that very quickly by just sending alliance offers that they will reject. Let's move you up to Dallas. I'd like to invite them in to attack me. Well, I'd like them to go. I don't know where I want them to go. Well, I need to send 2 more of those before they are... Gonna raise this a little bit again. My economy should improve once I'm out of their sphere though, because I'll be able to take tariffs. There we go. I can actually stand with both these armies here. More of that. We have so many liberals now, I can pass political reforms without even having militancy. Anyway, stats below what, 0. So we could do this, and we will. They did not contest that, okay. Then I'll actually need to justify war on them. We'll do place in the sun. We have a lot of spherelings which I could use to circumvent my truce with them later. Don't think that did very much for my economy, maybe a little bit. Now that I'm not in their sphere anymore, will anybody attack me? We need more militancy. Although technically I don't think I want militancy in Japan in particular. Could be impractical for me if there were separatists. Colombia's gonna attack Peru. Good for them. Less mobilization impact, that's nice. And we got ourselves a nice tech there. So now we are even more ahead of the US in tech. Nice. Okay. So I suppose we'll use Oklahoma maybe as the first war goal. Still have a lot of colonies. They go for pretty much 7 each. Montana's a bit more, apparently. Some of them are a bit more. But yeah, do Oklahoma first because it's close. I will take it easy though, for time being. We should really have Mr. Sam Houston over here though. In case we get attacked here, I'd like to have the best boy. Where did he go? No, but seriously, where did he go? Oh, there he is. Yeah, we'll send a Texan expedition. So USA and Colombia. Now they might get military access through Mexico and come from behind, but that's okay. See how many brigades they get once they mobilize. Probably a fair bit. Okay, yeah, they are here. This is gonna be a bit of an issue because I can't really alleviate this very easily. I'd have to, because I'm obviously not getting military access from Mexico. Could be worth building some boats. Actually, I think I'm gonna build some boats here because then I might be able to jump over here and take the USA out of the equation. USCA. We'll try for that. Houston, Austin, these three. Still wanna stand back for now though, because we got bigger fish. Got them big old fishies. Will you? They don't attack, so I'll take the initiative then. We have attack 4 general after all. This is just barely balanced, so take another hussar. In fact, we might as well use all of our hussars. And maybe another artillery, I don't know. William Steele. Alberto Ross. 17 and 15, so you need to chill for like 2 days. Yeah, you're welcome to come in here, that's fine. 17, 17, okay. And let's go. What do you have? Attack 5, okay, well that means I'll probably not worth it to fight defensively then. Because this guy's almost matching my defense general, so might as well just attack instead. Well, I'm melting through them. That's good. Damn. Let's split up and just take one each, maybe. If we get someone with a bit of bonus speed, wouldn't be the worst. I'm not sure if I can catch these guys anyway. Probably can't. That is okay. Well, let's not overextend. You can get more reinforcements at any time, so I'd rather keep fighting on my own turf for now. This is gonna get me war exhaustion that I don't care to have. If I get some navies up and running, I should be able to send something down to USA later and show them what's what. Oklahoma City. So they are in fact trying to get to Lubbock, presumably. I probably can't get there. We'll see. If enough of them gather up there, then perhaps they won't flee when I approach. We'll see. Dallas. Okay, they're coming for Dallas. Richard Halleck. I don't remember the name of the general that had all those attack stats. But I guess if they are attacking here, I might as well let them do that. Yeah, I guess so. We'll need to be ready to reinforce though. 27. I'll move in on 26 then. Though you need to wait. Okay, that was the attack guy. Well, all in all, it's still I still have an advantage there. So long as I get reinforcements in time. It's also the problem with taking defensive battles like this. You suffer a little bit before the reinforcements come in, so we'll need to add some artillery on the front line also. Yeah, go back to Austin. Then we'll just attack now. I think yeah, okay. No auto sign for now. Go here. They are, in fact, too quick. Can't really stay here though, because that is attrition city. An attrition city is not very nice this time of year. If I do like that, you still keep going, right? Yeah. Maybe we'll do like this then, and maybe you can just gather up in like oh, they escaped that way. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Well, well, Dallas is not the best place to attack in, but it is sort of in the middle of everything now, so maybe we just let a few of them come in. Like the 10th of February gang. Well, you're in better shape, but you can still rest for a bit. Let's get somebody here. This dude. Start moving in. Is this enough? It does not scare you off, but that's fine. 23rd, so we'll want to come in on the same day, preferably. Okay, you're all going to Dallas now. That's a bit much. We'll do like this instead. Going back to Houston, that's fine. Should probably move you in actually. Oh, we don't have. This is the good attack general. Okay, we're gonna switch you out for somebody with some speed bonus. So you get there faster. Speed 10, that's something. And there we go. Cost of science demands it, yes. Yes, it does. I'll increase the spending a little bit. Alright. Okay. Can I get some reinforcements in? Would be great. Grant as well. Okay. That should turn it around. Kendo. I suspect we have some that are in less than prime shape right now. Not that bad, honestly. So our back line is also much too big at the moment, so I don't know really. You're escaping towards this place, and there's still a fair amount of people there, so is this a reasonable? It's probably not super reasonable, but we'll do it anyway. Okay. Oh shit, I did not see that. Okay. Well, we'll Sam Houston you up, and you'll just have to escape when you can. Got ourselves an attack 3 dude there. We need more generals. Thank you. Militancy. That's going well. Contain Texas, yes, that's hilarious. Well, we can certainly split into now. Well, soon. You go here. You go there, yeah. You won't have a leader, but there's nothing here practically. You can probably escape. So escape back to... Okay, you can't escape to Texas actually. Dallas, I mean. So, well, this is the only place you can escape to, so you'll have to do that. And then, maybe we can... Thinking of maybe boarding a boat, boarding some boats, sending you here to start occupying. So we get rid of USCA. So we might still need you on this part of the world. 4th of May, 9th of May. Somebody who's not slow. Nonetheless, we'll need you to come after. Going back to Dallas, are we? Can you... How about, instead of going there, you don't go there and you stay in Austin and you let me come and destroy you. But don't destroy my troops. 5 ships, that is all we have. Well, that's an unfortunate circumstance. Okay. Then we'll go straight for here. I'll try to make it... It'll be just exactly too late. I mean, this is not bad odds though. We can probably... I mean, we're winning that even... Well, for now. Swift. We're running out of troops. So we'll just try to get there. Be ready to pick them up in case we need to. Soon enough. Feel like they should be running out of units soon. Yeah, they're practically out of units already. Then this is a good time to split off a couple of units. Something like this. You will go to the USCA. You will rest. Gonna have to make 2 trips. At least they're reinforcing quite nicely. Do I need to encourage more soldiers in Kansai? I'm gonna do that so that we ensure our reinforcements. Actually, let's go for this one. That's a lower percentage of soldiers. You can do this. hopefully I can clear out UCA before I get too much war exhaustion. We'll aim for their capital as soon as we're able to. Oh, you ran off. Okay. Well, whatever. Start occupying this since this is the first war goal that we have. Can pick them up. If you reinforce any more, then you can join up here. We'll actually... You need a horse, so you will get one. Congratulations. Get a horse for Christmas. That is bad. That was my boats. Okay. Very well. Then we only have these to work with. I hope you can do enough. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why does USA control Central America? I mean, they don't control Central America. It's USCA, the United States of Central America, I think. So it is totally different. Yep, indeed. Just good old USCA. Then keep moving up. We'll do Kansas next. Should start adding. Actually, one thing I do want to take in this war also is the state of New York. It's 54 war score. I'm not sure when, but there's a decision that France can take that to give the Statue of Liberty to the USA. That only works if they have the state of New York, though. So I want to take that from United States before they get that, because Statue of Liberty gives them a bunch of bonus immigration attraction. Manila did not collapse. No, not well. Not as badly as they could, I suppose. Sometimes you'll see a few breakaway states. Can I catch them now? I can, yes, good. Can finally get rid of this little army. Nice. Let's distribute a bit better. You go here. It's bad that they occupy me there. That's their capital list. How much would it take you to? Probably will be more stubborn since you already added a war goal on me, but oh well. You need to wait for Jingoism. I only have 7% revanchism, so I don't have a ton of... I want to get a ton of Jingoism from that, but hopefully enough. Hopefully I get some Jingoism events from this election, that'd be dope. So we can add Nebraska. If I get anti-military though, then that's gonna be bad for my Jingoism. Jefferson City. Can move up to Omaha. We keep going there rather than go down and defend their homeland, which probably works out for me at this point. This time. Democratic Party. Okay, so now we kind of do wanna Well, keep passing these reforms then. Get them out of the way. I'll check every time. They still don't want white peace. Occupation alliance. Yay. For the horde. How about now? Great. Merely negotiating for themselves. That is what we want to see. Good. Well, it's still a decent amount of war exhaustion, but what can you do? Should I try to deal with Colombia? They have some units. I think I won't bother. They don't seem to be bothering me, so we'll just head back up, probably. Maybe I should actually keep these around here for the future. In which case I'm actually going to encourage soldiers here again. You can go down there. Well, it is rising, not super fast, but let's see here. Should we get some of this? I don't know. Can I get more focus points? Not quite, but I might be able to later. Though perhaps I should do more economic things. Maybe we get railroad. I want to stay on top of military tech, of course, but that is not everything that I want. I'll definitely want to get New York before this is over. I guess I'll have to create an auto-assign again, that's fine. You just keep going up here, I suppose. You chill down there. You can also liberate some USA countries, or next time release them perhaps. Yeah, there aren't that many. I can release New England, which is like 2 states up here. Other than that, really isn't anyone that's super worth it. Maybe Colombia, actually. Yeah, I suppose they have enough to be worth. Maybe. It's like 3 or 4 states. Yeah, I could release Colombia. Colombia. Not to be confused with Colombia. Then of course there's the CSA once that. I mean, I can't release the CSA, I'm afraid. Indeed, no. But I should definitely try to support them once they break off, because that's gonna be a big thing. Gonna save me a lot of conquest. Anyway, New York. Get our hands on that. How much? Wonder how much war score that adds up to. Probably a bit. I'm using. You're slow as shit, so I don't want you right now. Take this guy. Does ideology of thought give you some good research point bonus in the early game because of plurality? Yeah, it does. It's a decent amount of research bonus from plurality, so I might go for that next. I just wanted to get some more industry first. Why not take Colombia first to release, then stop it from expanding in Canada? I mean, they won't expand anymore in Canada. This is life rating 15, so they can't possibly colonize here until 1870, so there's no hurry. But yeah, I might do that. Actually, I'll hold off on that as long as possible, because that war score will be capped at 100 anyway. So, Jesus Christ, okay. Where you going, Kansas City? I'll have to follow you then. They're actually starting to gather up quite a bit here. So perhaps we'll come down with these. And we'll attack together. Second of August. If I go 7th, okay. 6th, 4th of August, going to Kansas City. Okay, then you'll be a day late, suppose. So we'll need to get the artillery after. Wow, that's a bit too much after. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And they're dead. Have something somewhere. Actually, how much war score would Colombia be at this point? 36. It's not that much. New England is actually a lot more. But yeah. We'll keep going with... These are all actual states, I guess, on this side of the Mississippi. Kansas. We'll do Nebraska then. Get 69, so... Nebraska can actually take quite a lot more. So perhaps I should beeline it for New York, at least with one of the armies. I should do that. You can keep going in this place, and you can split into 2 groups. Maybe stop by Washington, D.C., and then another one who's preferably fast, speed 10, sure. You take a different route and also end up in Washington. Nice. Okay. So they have 3 regiments somewhere. There's one of them. Well, we'll have to deal with them when opportunity presents. We're just running past them at the moment. Guess you'll go and deal with them now. Accidentally ran into someone here. Lol. It's another one. I'll just... There we go. Let's do some ideological thought then. Some plurality. Could be good to have. 77. So that was Nebraska. Let's go for South Dakota. This takes me back to my World Conquest series. Kinda did stuff like this as well. How much war score is that now that we have Washington as well? 42%. Pretty good. But we're gonna get ourselves up to New York. So we'll need to split off again. So you don't walk all over each other. You can start with Binghamton. Binghamton. Like so. After how long it took you to conquer USA in the World Conquest. No wonder flashbacks come. Yeah. Yeah, they are they're a big boy. Got lots of states. Yeah, then let's go for this. Thank you. Press right. So well, I think we just lost something here. Looked like it. 84. So we can add probably 2 war goals. Let's go 14-hour workday. Sure, okay. Okay, soon enough. 84. So probably North Dakota then. Finish off that. Gonna have a nice little. I'm just gonna divide US and split US in two. That's fun. Is this part of the? This is all part of New York, actually. Okay. Oh well. Oh boy, this was a lot earlier than I thought it would be. Well, good. I mean, there goes Oklahoma, but that's okay. Okay, hello. Perfect. Then we just keep this war going until USA wins. I mean, CSA wins. Actually. Okay, swell. Double lucky. Yes. Yes, indeed. They probably won't give military access though, even though we very much have interests that align here. I'll just try to keep the US armies dead. I hope they don't I mean, they probably... Okay, they're escaping away from the CSA, which is good. Hopefully CSA will build up some armies of their own. Not sure if the CSA will actually take any more stuff in this war, but if they do, then I'll be happy to let them. 14th of May. Come on. 25th. Okay, I'm almost 1 day behind. Whatever. Let's see. New York just cost. Oh yeah, it's a lot more expensive now. So then, then we'll have to. Well, we just settle for one less state here. Then I guess that's fine. I guess CSA should. Actually, it's the status quo, so they can't actually add anything in this war at least. CSA. We'll just continue occupying that though. What's wrong with a few drinks? Everything is wrong with a few drinks. No drinking. Don't drink and wage war, children. Let's just pass this so we got that out of the way. Quite a lot of troops. Well, yes, you can have military access if you want. That is fine. Sam Houston. Good. We're gonna move you over here and deal with them before they become any more trouble. Swell. Scranton. Great. Then go like this. We want to occupy the state of New York. So we get the tickers there. I guess I have all of these tickers, so it's really not a lot else to do. Either way, it's not much of a hurry, seeing as I'm still gonna stay in this war until I'm certain. Acceptable. No, that's going backwards though. Yeah, I don't wanna lose that. Gonna force it through. Um, yeah, I want to stay in this war until I'm certain that the CSA wins, because I am not confident that they will. They only have like 12 mobilized brigades, I think. They have no standing armies, at least not yet. And the USA keeps spewing out more, actually. Despite me having occupied so much of them already. Right. Just gonna have to keep killing them as they appear though. Let's just take that. Wonder if I'll... Yeah, I should be able to get all of this, you know, eventually. Let's get Long Island. Long Island. I think the accent's something like that. That should be the lost province of New York, so now we get full tickers for that one as well, which is just swell. You seem to be just coming with more and more troops from this area, so I'm going to try to occupy that. Kansas, New York, Nebraska, South Dakota. I think that's about as much as I can. Kansas, New York, Nebraska, South Dakota. No North Dakota then. Very well. I'm actually not going to keep this open though, because I might accidentally click it. Though I probably should keep it open because if the war score somehow changes unexpectedly, I don't want to be caught off guard by that. Alright, think we will do more industrial tax and probably start working on other things, like get some bureaucrats up and then more literacy. Can scale back on this a bit. Oh, this war is over. I didn't even realize. Okay. Yes, then we will accept this. One bad thing about this is that my country won't be connected, which is a bit annoying, but that's fine. That is so incredibly beautiful. So I hope the US didn't get the Statue of Liberty yet. If they don't, then we're gonna be less competition for immigration. Seems like CSA is getting quite a lot of immigration at the moment, which is fine by me. They might decide to attack me due to my infamy level, but well, good luck with that. So my truce right now is gonna last until 1861. I could potentially attack one of the spherelings before that, or one of their allies, if that truce runs out. But I need to wait until they reconstitute a few more troops, or else they won't stick around. I'll keep the rest of these exiled for the time being. We'll lower this mostly. Then we can increase. I'm gonna become a great power off of this though. Maybe. Hopefully the US does not fall from great power. You got Texas and New York, now it needs California. You'll essentially have an entire state. Yeah, probably won't take California though. Right, so I share a border with the UK. So they attack me now. That's a bit of a problem. Maybe. I mean, what's your tech level? 7. I'm ahead of them in tech. I can probably hold them off. I can build in the... Yeah, I can build up in New York. We'll need to go here, though. Let us move down and hopefully, I mean, they might get military access through USA and come down there and start occupying, in which case I can't really do anything about that. 6th of October, 2nd of October, okay, that's issue. Right, okay. Sam Houston then. I think Sam Houston is here, which is very much not a good place for him to be. When will you release the other nations? Probably as late as possible, since they will be capped at 100% war score. Defense 5, cool. So it's more worth it to release them later. I don't think I have anything better than speed 10%, it seems. So, wait, was that guy at the bottom? No, it was experience, not speed. Damn. Okay, we'll get a speed 10 guy here then, so he gets forward faster. Okay, and then we're gonna need Sam Houston here to mitigate the losses I'll be taking here. We're not terribly ready to fight here, but we'll have to try our best. They have attack 4 general. I am actually slaughtering quite a lot, as long as my front line holds up. I can maybe mobilize up here in Yankee land, so we'll do this. Let's get some Yankee Doodles. Can't do right there. Texan artillery and Mexican, which actually reminds me that I have these troops here. Well, can't really move them out from here right now. Are all return cores worth 100 war score? Not at the moment, but they will be later. And they'll never exceed that, so... Anyway, I'll keep this battle up so long as I don't lose my front line, which looks like I'm kind of doing. So... yeah, I mean, I'm gonna win this, but it's not gonna be worth it, because my artillery is currently taking damage, so I will retreat for now. Wait, so why are war with UK against Greece? Yeah, exactly. They are trying to contain me. I hadn't really expected that to happen, but I realized I have a border with the UK here now, so that's probably why they are willing to do that. Mexico will probably try something, maybe try something when the truce is up, which is why it's a good thing I have these troops here, I guess. CSA might also try something if they ever build an army. Anyway, we'll need to defend primarily New York. Oh no, a small North American nation destroying our biggest North American rival. Contain it. Exactly. I mean, I'm very infamous, so perhaps it's understandable that they'll be a little nervous. I suppose they expect I will be coming for Canada next. Of course, I won't be coming for Canada next, but they don't know that. Alright, now they haven't even recovered their organization yet. And they are moving away from the province that is more defensible, which is always a good strategy. And I have one backline unit too many, so they will stand back. Great. Good, good, good. We'll just need to kill their armies until they give up, I suppose. And we'll see if they might make landfall here. They might make landfall in Japan as well, actually. I mean, they already are. They love going to the colonies. Have no real means of defending that though, so we'll just have to hope they don't do it too much. Combination of quiet, disciplined, and skinny Japanese combined with loud and obnoxious belly sticks with a belly is truly infamous. Yeah, it's make quite the team. Alrighty. Then let's keep going here. Perhaps I should, in case they start occupying too much in Japan, I'm actually gonna build myself a little navy here in the Pacific. Colima, Tepic, and Puerto Vallarta. Colima, Tepic. 12 transporters, so then I'll be able to transport these over to Japan if I feel that's necessary. It's a bit risky. Is this war a setback, by the way, or is Infamy okay in this run? It is. I mean, it's not good, this war for me, but I hope to be able to hold off. I have better tech than they do, and I mean, I definitely need to go above infamy limit. That's sort of unavoidable. 9th of January. I'm not so sure that I'll be able to get to Kingston quick enough, so we'll get Kingston 16. Actually, maybe I do. Let's see. But no, okay. And now I don't make it there either. Okay. Well, defensive battle it is. Without defense general, which is bad. They are taking quite a lot of suffering as well, which is nice, but I think we're actually gonna get soldiers in New York for a bit. Alright, and flee to New York. We'll try to gather up there when we can. Most of these should be able to reinforce. Hopefully quick enough. Oh no. 20. Oh, they just barely make it actually. Okay. How much do we reinforce now? Gonna lower these. If I reinforce these, and okay, good. Then we'll just chill. New York and Syracuse. Okay, good. Don't go that way. Douglas Stewart. I think they have decently good. Actually, I'm going to invite them into New York or Syracuse, because that's flat terrain and I can attack them. Wonderful. March 30. How's the balance here of troops? Yeah, it's okay. April 6. Yeah, I reinforced a little bit more. Contain Texas, absolutely not. Yeah, let's attack 3 as well. Greece has landed in Texas. Of course they have. When is this? Oh, my truce is already up with Mexico. I might just have to attack them just to be able to get across. Which might be, just for these though? I don't know. Maybe not yet. Because I can't really get any further from here. Well, I could if I exile myself in Mexico, actually. Yeah. Let's just do a quick little war on Mexico then. Find funny wall generals for teleportation devices, but the admirals are literally left to the mercy of the sea. Yeah, they can't teleport to and from the ocean, and if the ships sink, then they drown, which is it's kind of funny. Well, that's what we like to see. We'll leave some of these that well, I guess they can chill a little bit. Go. Let's get, if we can wipe them out, that'd be great. Oh, Austria is here as well, huh? Gulf of Mexico. I wonder where they're heading, if they're actually going for. Zacatecas. Let's do another. Can build one more here. I'm gonna make it a artillery. If so, will you now take Mexican American course? No, I will not. I will use that as the war goal, just because then I don't have to justify anything. But I will not enforce it because I need the revanchism, which I get from those cores, or from Mexico having those cores. So I will not, in fact, take them. So, well, then we should probably follow that up. 10 of May. If they don't run away, that is. No, they don't. Cool. See. Oh, it's just fast. You know, it's not that hard to kill British people if you just do it right. That's what I always say. Alright, we can build more janky Watertown and Albany. This is Albany, that is Watertown. What do we need though? Right, and the other one, Benjamin Houston. This is perfectly well balanced actually. Let's get janky and maybe we'll get an engineer too then. Great. Not sure how much of a beating they will have to take before they give up. So, well, we now have a good school system. Then I suppose we'll just, occupy a little bit of stuff. Let's go for Mexico City as well. I think these occupations are worth very little, but, you know, still better than nothing. Let's see, how are we doing? Honestly, I could add like a war goal just for the sake of getting like a ticker or something. I might add Ontario later just to, if I occupy the entire state. Okay. Don't really have much interest in continuing this war with Mexico, so I'm willing to white peace them if they want. They do not. I suppose if they're gonna be like this, I might as well maybe take stuff from them in order to try to bind more of my land together. Probably gonna take a while before I can fight the US again, so sure. Let's maybe do that. We'll try to tie all this together. We need to go around these cores though, unfortunately. But that's how it is. Hopefully they go here now. They do. Right, you can join up with them, I guess. I think your tech is still pretty low, yeah. Look at that, there's another artillery. Don't have a master attack general right here. Sudbury, they're more stubborn than I would have thought. Alright. Veracruz, nah. I'll chill a little bit and then go back down there. Alright, I guess I'll add Ontario then, just because. will give me... I don't even necessarily need to enforce this. It will just... The ticker will just let me gain war score faster on the UK. Okay, so I should be able to get up there soon enough to deal with the pesky Greek. First though, we'll need... I guess I should move my attack general down, but he is busy. So we'll just get somebody else with attack. Maybe you can have... Yeah, that guy is good. That is just infantry, so hopefully that'll do. Marie, Benjamin Houston. Okay. We can just chill for a bit while they deal with these. Got ourselves more boats now. If I end up being able to build more Japanese, I might be able to ship them over actually. Since there isn't really any more action up here, we're gonna exchange you for somebody else. I meant to use Mexican course notes. Oh, I see. They actually don't have any course on Mexico because they only get these course after they take Manifest Destiny decision, and they can't take Manifest Destiny until they annex Texas, which obviously they will not be doing. So yeah, I don't need those cores at all. Right. Money is not super duper good. Can load that. But I am doing okay. Let's should we just cotton production, wool production. I suppose we could do this one for now. Nice, good game knowledge. Yeah, game knowledge, it's useful sometimes. So anyway, we get this to quite fulfilled in 5th. Wait, how big is Ontario? This is, all of this is Ontario? Wow, there's, okay. That was way more than I thought. That's useful though. It will connect nicely if I do take that, so then we'll go up here. I thought Ontario was just like a little bit there. Okay, I'm just gonna chase these down. Then we'll go up here, keep occupying Ontario. Occupation Omar. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit of Japan they're gonna occupy. That is fine though. Not much to do about it. So you're mostly reinforced and you got yourself a nice little dude here. How much would it cost me if I were to try to connect myself here? Like, I'd need Durango, Chihuahua, and New Mexico that would connect it. So how much is Durango and Chihuahua? Durango is 65, Chihuahua is 38, so I can't really take both of those in one war. Then it was New Mexico, which is It's actually not. Colorado is a state, but New Mexico is... I can take New Mexico and Chihuahua or 65. Yeah, okay. So New Mexico and Chihuahua then, I guess. Sure. We'll do that. Then, if I end up in like one more war with them, actually Nuevo Leon would work as well to connect. So I'll consider that if it's cheaper. And is my truce with the US up, by the way? It is 61, so I guess these wars might just drag on until that truce is up anyway. Alright, great. I think it's about time I head up here and deal with these Greeks. Because I will be getting war exhaustion when they do that to me. And I don't like war exhaustion. It is not useful to me. I also don't like bleeding money the way I am. Alright, sorry, can't afford education right now. Lovely, okay. Then I should presumably... Let's just see, how much does it cost me to take Nuevo Leon? It's 43, so that's a bit... 43 plus... yeah, I guess that's... Maybe we do that then. Though I won't like... I should take Colorado while it's still one of these though. My jingoism isn't high enough yet. It is soon though. So I can connect this as well. That'll be good. I am now considered a great power. Jaiha! 47. Get wrecked, Greece. Limited. I should just... Do I have... Can I add... Yes, okay, then we'll do that. Can minimize that so we don't waste jingoism. Alright, so we can retake Houston. Would be nice if I have time for some peace after these wars though. Doesn't seem like the UK has any more troops left in Canada. Not sure when or if they... Oh, okay. Well, hello there, boys. So this is most of the state of Ontario, which means I have basically all of that war goal. I'll just move and occupy some more things then. It appears as though the Austrians have arrived. I will murder them, hopefully before they reinforce too much. I'll go back and occupy here because these have better, generally better supply limit for me. Yay, bonus jingoism. So we'll switch you out for somebody else, like this dude, I don't know. You can take that. And you'll get this dude, so you're better prepared to fight. And I suppose with that jingoism boost I probably should be able to add something else. We won't be taking these. So 48 right now. We could take New Mexico then as well. Then we'll have connected these two lands. And then there's just one more state from Mexico to connect this. Yeah, I bet you want to run. You made a big mistake. What's their military tech? 7. So everyone is behind me in military tech. How fun. And they're dead. Great. Then Chihuahua was a war goal, so you might as well head up and get that then. I don't believe I'll have room for anything else now. No. Don't have a lot of war score in Mexico actually. Thought I would have more than that. Well, once we get some tickers, it should be good. And we just keep occupying Canada. We shall let them have full citizenship. Actual residency, because then we piss people off more. Okay, never mind, we'll have to head back here. We have another one of these, that's good. Maybe we'll try to get some soldiers in Jalisco. See, 13, so this could be up to 39k units, hopefully 32k. Well, kinda sucks, but I might need to come down here and kick their asses. How much war score do we have? Not very much, actually. Though we have this ticker going, so... Yeah, I'm not sure if I should switch this out for Mr. Sam Houston. Unless he is someplace. Benjamin Houston. No? Sammy. Sam Houston. If they want to attack me in the mountains, they are welcome to do so. Otherwise, I will wait for these guys to come down. You can move through most of this without attrition, so... Okay, let's see... yes, they are attacking me in mountains, in fact. Whereas I have a defense 6 general, so on paper this should be fine, depending on how much of an attack general they might have on their hand here. Let's see, only attack 2. So I have a net of a 6 advantage here. Yeah, they are dying a lot faster than I am. With that in mind, perhaps I don't even need to come down here. Maybe I don't. If it keeps going this well. Yeah, we seem to be blasting them to pieces here as well. This is why good defense is the best offense. Oh, you're out in the bay. That's not great. It's a bit dangerous for you. Tepic. Is there any chance that I could make it there with people if we get like the fastest dude we have? Who is the fastest dude we have? Anybody with more than plus 10% speed, I wonder? Feels like I should have somebody by now. Plenty of people with plus 10% speed, but that's not... I mean, maybe it's enough, but... no, nobody with more than 10. Alright. Then that's what we'll be working with. See, let's just get one of them. Okay, sure. I still don't make it there though. Okay. Then we'll take our attack general and we'll go. That's what we'll do. That's good, some extra battle war score. Unfortunately, they have landed in Japan, so that's going to suck a little bit. Wonder if it's probably not worth the risk, though, to try to sail over there. Maybe it would be. I mean, I might just lose all my troops, so probably not, actually. We'll just stick around here. And you just keep on going here, getting tiny amounts of war score as you go. Not sure how much. I mean, these are just colonies, so hopefully they shouldn't be worth that much, but I am not a very large country, so they might be worth a fair bit at the end of the day. Yeah, decent amount. Well, well, well. I'd have to sail over probably all of the units I have here, and it is kind of risky. On the plus side, we can start putting in, I don't know really, minimum wage perhaps. I guess that could be a boon to the economy. Speaking of which, my economy is doing slightly better, so let's invest slightly more into things. Will you take more from Canada? I hate that nation, so it would feel nice. I don't think I will. I might add more war goals for more tickers, but I probably won't take more. But why do you hate Canada? Canada is such a nice and friendly place. You know, aside from the like atrocities they committed against the natives back in the day, but you know, who hasn't atrocitized a few natives every now and then? It's just a thing you do. Let's get these. How much is my war score? I really need the tickers on Mexico. EU4 players. Yes, indeed. I'm a pan-nationalist, remember? I see it as an unworthy of being a separate part of the USA. It don't exist because the USA allows it. Sort of. Uh, they did have plans to annex it one time, but hooray. I think it is good for the Canadians that they aren't part of the USA, because I think Canada is generally a considerably better country to live in than the USA. A lot of times they wanted it, but back then British stuff. I mean, yeah, back in the day, the British were a bit stronger than the US. And by the time the US became stronger than Britain, I think both Britain and Canada were more valuable as allies. So, no go on that whole annexation thing. Saying considerably better is a bit of a stretch. I think considering they have like universal health care and whatnot, a lot of things they can afford is because they don't need a military. Sure, but I mean that still, the US is grossly overspending on their military, I would say. So that's sort of their problem. It's not exactly universal. Well, I don't know how more universal than the US's healthcare system anyway. So the economy is doing better. Should we? Let's get some more military tech. Oh, we just USA military is also European. I mean, yeah, they certainly have military large enough to project all over the world, but it's certainly bigger than it needs to be for any practical purposes. Because if you say overspend Canada, you get to enjoy less military spending and be arrogant about it. Sure, I mean, as things stand now with how like aggressive Russia is being, then yeah. If the US hadn't overspent on military, Europe probably would have had to spend a bit more. But you know, I take that though. I don't see it really as being ungrateful. I think the US should spend less on military and more on their own population. And you know, as a European, I'd be happy to spend a little bit more on our military in exchange. And none of this really changes the fact that it's not just that. Also, the US has very skewed wealth inequality, even beyond like the military. How much am I losing here though? US military is nothing compared to the real power, which is the US Air Force. The Air Force nullifies the ground forces, being part of the military industrial model laundering scheme. Yeah, I guess the Air Force probably is pretty significant. It does not forget USA guards the seas, allowing the rest of the world to globalize. USA's only country can isolate itself if it chooses to spend on allies and global community. Yes, they also choose though to spend on, for example, imperialistic wars in like Iraq and Afghanistan. Like they're not just doing everyone a big favor. I think that's. I mean, I'm not going to say that the U.S. military spending is entirely pointless, but I do think to a large extent it is in order to propagate their own interests and the interests of, well, the military industrial complex and other the wealthy elite. Hegemony was not imperialist is again a bit of a stretch compared to any other hegemon or empire in history. It's modern imperialism. I mean, sure, you know, it's not as overtly bad as imperialism used to be, but you can't really get away with that anymore. But it's still imperialistic, I would argue. Most benevolent hegemon empire in history. Perhaps relative, but it was a lot easier to get away with being less benevolent in the past. I don't know. Geopolitics is complicated. I'm not an expert, so I don't want to say too much for certain, but this is sort of my understanding of the situation at this time. Speaking of imperialism though, we got some imperialists of our own to deal with right here. Argue we probably won't see anyone else be nearly as benevolent in US position. Maybe not. It's hard to say. How are we doing? Cannot be benevolent if it's the most insidious of all hegemon examples. Every other hegemon has clear cut drafts. So look. But I've been told it should be. Well, I'm not sure I would go quite that far either. Big Dickens. Like, the US has a lot of influence, for example, over Europe, but it's not like they rule Europe either. Or there are certain parts of the world that have been suffering a bit from relatively recent US activities, but there are also those that don't suffer quite as much. Sure, some British USA is not like that. Should remember that a lot of modern, what's called like neo-colonialism, is a bit more subtle. It's not like about overtly annexing land. It's more about economic sort of soft power, which is occasionally augmented by the military. Anyway, I think this is the most political things I've gotten on my stream so far, which I guess is kind of remarkable given the kind of games I am playing. Is the US the most powerful country? Yes. Does it rules the world? No. Yeah, I guess that's accurate to say. They don't fully rule the world, but they are the most influential. It's not really neo, it has always been economic soft power. Yeah, I mean economic power has been a big part of it. Hey, I have factories I did not realize. Cool. But I mean, you don't see overt land grabs like you used to, like the Scramble of Africa, where everyone just annexed directly land in Africa. You don't really see that anymore on that scale, which is kind of the difference. The country in the past. I think the British did sort of do that and before. The US has just been doing it more recently, which I guess is probably the biggest, shall we say, crimes on the international stage by the US. The coups against democratically elected countries. So Africa is the only example of imperials overtly partition a region. Overtly. I don't think that's very accurate, though. I mean, it's the best example, it's the biggest example, but I mean, they have always been like the Spanish and Portuguese sort of partitioned the Americas or the world between them, and during the colonization of the Americas there was a lot of such deals as well as various parts of Asia, so it's been going on a lot. Africa is the most clear example though. Portuguese were not all the world powers though. I mean, if you're talking about... Yeah, sure. I mean, Africa is maybe... The Scramble of Africa is like the biggest such event. But that's not really my point either. My point is more that there have been old imperialism was based around annexing territory to a large extent, whereas neo-imperialism is more about exerting indirect economic domination to a greater extent, and not so much directly annexing territory. I mean, to a little bit maybe, but not as much. All ground graphs are simplicity where there's no illusion or confusion of what has happened. Yeah, it's a bit more insidious. The sort of neo-colonialism. How much longer do you want to do this, UK? You want to do it a lot longer. Texan anarcho-liberals in I don't even know how many these are in Japan. It would be good if they occupy Japan though, because that means the UK would have less troops there. Indirect economic domination exists since ancient empires like China. Stop overt accusation doesn't make the other form of soft power neo. Well, no, sure it did exist, though also the modern industrial era has made it more feasible to exert such economic soft power with like modern technology and such. Back in the day, it was a bit more limited what you could do without directly annexing territory, I would say. But sure, you know, it has happened before as well. It's just that now it's a bit more exclusively that kind of thing. And just to be clear, I didn't like invent the term neocolonialism. It's sort of an established term. So if you disagree with it, then well, just know it's not just something I made up. It's neo because it evolved for its specific needs and its time frame. Meanwhile, annexations of Rome into World War I, clear line. Yeah, something like that. So I've now occupied all the war goals I added on Mexico, and I'm at not very close. Well, I have all the tickers now. We will need to deal with these folks over there in a moment. Hope I have some time to recover before my next war with the US. It is in August, so it's quite a long time. I think most historians disagree with alternate like fascism. I'm not sure. I mean, sure, there are historians do have different views on things. There's not like a universal consensus, though. I don't say that they disagree. Like that's the norm that they all disagree with everything. There are some fairly well established terms and such, I think. It depends on what you mean exactly. Okay, yeah, so here's the CSA coming in as expected. I hope to be able to finish up these other wars soon then, or else this is going to be a bit annoying. At least these guys can get exiled once. These guys can get exiled once the war with UK finally is over, whenever that will be. Then they can move down. Boom. Where did this dude? You do not have to be here. So I'll put him on these after. Also, I should generate some generals. Keep generating generals. I'm also kind of out of money again, which might be in part because of my war exhaustion. Not sure if it's worth to continue occupying things here that much. Alright, that's gonna be a little bit of mountains there. Somebody got eaten by cannibals. Crap. That is bad. Doesn't look like the rebels there managed. We would accept white peace now. I kinda want Ontario though. It would be nice to connect these quicker, so House, Mexico. Oh yeah, I forgot I actually have a war goal on Texas, even though I never intended to enforce it. So you go up there, and the other one takes us. Well, you can take this road over there. We'll just occupy those as well. You can chill for a bit and reinforce. Then I probably need to go up and start beating up the CSA as well. Actually, I should do that right now before they occupy more of my stuff. Flashpoint tension. More minimum wages, I suppose. It's actually quite a lot of stuff you got there. You got 8 in military technology. The 4th of July. We'll make sure they run past. I don't really need that at the moment. Okay, where will you go next? You're going back to Dallas. Great. Then Sam Houston, you're up again. It's been around for quite a long time now, Sam Houston. Good old Sam Houston. Front line is a little bit poor condition, but I have a lot of defensive bonuses. Liberty prevails. Damn right it does. As well. Then we switch back to attacker boy. We try to get them here maybe, I don't know. Well, at least we'll take out this army. I don't think these generate war exhaustion though. Because it's only home provinces, they're not on the same continent, so that's good. Well, I am willing to white peace to CSA. I actually don't even wanna, I don't wanna weaken them too much, because I don't want the US to end up taking things from them. And you're back here, I see. My god. So hopefully we can just white piece this soon enough. Oh well. How much longer do we suppose? Because would be so nice to have Ontario, but is it worth it if they keep going like this? Oh, they're coming in here as well. Frankly, I'm gonna get the white piece now. It's not worth it. That's a shame. But they're just gonna keep taking more stuff here. So we'll just do like this. Well, I have no power over the industry, so we'll do empiricism, I suppose, now that we can. You know, I could almost go for colonization. I don't usually get to colonize in speedruns, but this one takes such a long time. I would like to would be so nice if the CSA would just give up without me having to completely murder them. But I'm not sure that they will. Well, my economy is suddenly a lot better. So we'll raise this a bit then. Well, not that much. I guess we need to. Should work up a little buffer. Money buffer. Tensions in Kishin. So that's Japan. I see. Anyway, let's just get these. Oh man, you backed out of Canada, sad. Yeah, I did. It would have been nice, but I don't know how long it would take for them to give up, and they were starting to occupy a bunch of stuff here. So it's probably not worth it. I need to deal with the CSA. Oklahoma City. I will probably win that battle when they attack me. Let's see. I mean, on paper I should, yeah. If it takes stuff for CSA, I really avoid weakening them. Probably will avoid weakening them. Maybe I should take like Oklahoma to tie this together, but I'll get stuff from Mexico anyway, so it's not a big deal. Fortunately, I can't really avoid weakening them right now. Their truce is up on the 19th of June. I really... Okay, so your army is like gone. Thank you. Good. And we white piece you. Then I probably need to get ready to fight the USA soon. Because my truce is almost up. Hopefully Mexico... Alright, they're willing to give up as well. Great. We will not take our course, just because we need revanchism. So, if I fight Mexico again, I might take like this state or the state. Then this will all be tied together. Still again, looks kind of ridiculous, but this is how it is. At least this stuff is tied together now. So kind of right on time though. 10th of August, which is pretty soon. Then we need to get ready. We will demobilize for a little bit. This is hardly worth lowering. We'll lower a bit so we can raise a few things. Can I? Maybe just repay all of the loans. I cannot repay all of them. Very high militancy. Wonder how much immigration I'm getting now. Decent. USSA still getting more, which is cheating in my opinion. We'll have to watch out if the US decides to attack the CSA soon. Maybe I should have sent someone off to New York. Still definitely attack around here, won't they? By the way, what is the Swedish Independence Day again? About Kalmar Union? Yeah, kinda. It's related to that. I think it's the day when Gustav Vasa, which was the Swedish king who was the first like independent Swedish king after the Kalmar Union, the day when he was crowned or something, I think. But yeah, Independence Day isn't that big of a deal in Sweden, as you might be able to tell from the fact that I don't barely even know what it's actually about. should probably get more of these. Would like to have enough infantry. Meanwhile, the Norwegian Independence Day is about when they got independence from Sweden. And apparently that's a very big deal for them. They're very happy about no longer being ruled by Sweden. And I don't know how to feel about that, frankly. Whatever. I was thinking maybe gonna move them over to New York while they're exiled, but it's gonna take a long time. For Balkan Nation, it's a pretty big deal for obvious reason. Yeah, that I can understand that. You were a bit more oppressed there, and more recently as well. Humiliate on Algeria. So let's see here. August the 10th. It's possible that the US will just declare on CSA as soon as their truce is up, or shortly thereafter. Would be good if I could attack them first, maybe. But I don't have any immediate casus belli at the moment. August 10. Truce with CSA is up. Would have been nice to sphere the CSA if, you know, I didn't have a truce on. Yeah, they're at war now. And I won't be able to enter the CSA's territory either. So I really need to get going as soon as I can. Place in the Sun is 303 days because of my war exhaustion. That's crappy. Okay, fine. Maybe I should have just stayed at war with the CSA actually, because then at least I'd had access to their territory. But I don't know. It is. Do they have? No, they're just gonna take like one state at a time. Oh well. Yeah, you can have access, sure. You cannot. Get wrecked. So rebellion for failed war goals. You might bankrupt them if you continue the war though. Yeah, that's true. Also, they might get pan-nationalists, American pan-nationalists, which might secede provinces. I'm actually gonna subsidize them, just because, I don't know, that's gonna make a big difference, but whatever we can do. Maybe we'll have time to save them. Would have been nice if I could have been at peace for long enough to get rid of some of that war exhaustion, but it is not to be, I don't think. Should probably try to link these up as soon as we can. Truce with. Oh, they already gave up. Wow, that's really fast. Okay. Well, they might still take these back though later. Hopefully the CSA does not attack me anymore. Can you occupy USA? Occupied land in CSA. Yes, I could have done that if I had the time. So that would have been good. Okay, well, you know, never mind then. Literally on the same day I got that war goal. Sure, you know, this works for me. Works well enough. Keeper war go at least lol. Yeah. Not that it matters much, considering the infamy I have. Yeah, this is a bit awkward. Suppose we could try to ship these up to here. Let's just put a rally point. Don't know where we. Guess we don't have any on this part. So we got 38 regiments. I think I'll need to start off a little bit more aggressive now, because they'll probably want to go to New York, I suppose. So we'll just present some kind of united front here. And you can try to run across here. We'll see if you survive. Oh, this is more refreshing than the 30th game as on India. Well, it's certainly different, and so far it has been going quite well. Cleveland on the 5th of May. Okay, crap. Well, this happened now. Can you survive? Nope. Well, that's unfortunate. Now I'm losing great power status. Luckily, this is a run where I actually don't care about great power status. At least not yet. Eventually, I'll probably will. Okay, I am going to want to beeline it actually over here. I'm going to be taking way too much war exhaustion if they occupy New York. Good luck avoiding the attrition though. It's gonna be attrition all the way. If you take a route like this, well, that doesn't really matter. Like that. And you take a route more along these paths, okay. And then you'll come later. Sam Houston, you're definitely not doing this because you're slow as an ass. We'll get a faster people. 10% speed. Should actually I'll keep him on just in case there's like a battle. Gonna occupy you as New York, which is bad for me. You're gonna need speed, speedy guy. You're a bit after the lead, so election in Texas. Elections in the middle of a war. Come on. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay. All right. Sure. I guess we're doing that then. With these ships here, I might not be able to get these anywhere. Really. You said election during the Civil War, so there's that. Yeah, I suppose so. Okay. Ottoman Aegean Islands, I see. Okay, let's get you up here so you're on gooder terrain. You're attacking in Buffalo. Richard Halleck, he had attack 5, I'd like to remember, so 12th of August, 14th. Okay, let's see. Maybe we just all attack here. Churchill. Also, Britain had an election right before the end of 2020. Churchill's Rob. Though I don't really like him, so it's all good. Yeah, I actually heard about that. It was a bit surprising that Churchill didn't win, but apparently by then, like, people in Britain was a bit more concerned about looking to the future after the war, and the other party just had a better platform for that, or something like that. Boom. Okay. Yeah, attack 5 guy is nasty. Nasty little freak, but I'm gonna destroy him. Hee-haw. Yep. Okay. Well, we will try to get these someplace. Maybe we should... I'm not sure if I'll be able to see UCA. I mean, they do have a fleet, so it's not entirely risk-free for me to... I guess we'll give it a try and see where that leads us. I mean, we're definitely doing okay here. Williamsport, okay. Split in 2, you can go there. You can assume the power of Sam Houston and head over to Syracuse or something. GP status secured. Yay! That's so important. Will support protectionism in order to piss people off. Even though we kind of have most reforms by now. Please nobody attack my ships. Rochester. Okay, great. They want to attack me, so I'm gonna stay right here and let Sam Houston do his thing. As well, you can go up there. Actually, you're gonna run away, so take this route. This should be... Well, yeah, that's a thing, of course. Mr. Guy. Well, I'm still having a big advantage here, so... The advantage with them attacking New York is that they're a bit more concentrated. Right, let's not forget this. See if we can drop USA out of the war relatively quickly. That would be lovely. Okay. Sweet. How are you doing? Now we're doing kind of well, all things considered. These are just infantry. So we can take them. If you separate piece them, you can potentially take stuff. More the merrier, right? Potentially. Though it's, I don't know if I want any more separated territory like this. Because it's just another place where people can invade and give me war exhaustion, so I probably won't bother. At least not yet. So we got that. I do want to stay ahead in military tech as much as possible. Great. Yes, this will piss people off. Lol. Crap, they caught my fleet. Alright. Escape. Escape. Well, we'll see if they escape. Burlington, sure. We'll go to Burlington with you, fellas. Well, they wiped my fleet. Okay. Oh well. I can always build a new one. Question is where I want to build it. If I want to build it here or maybe over here this time. Suppose I'll wait a bit. Great, so we got them out of the way, so let's just gonna need to retake these provinces. Is this enough to... Yeah, we can white piece them already. So we're gonna do that. Did I wipe their army? I think I might have. Yep, they are completely wiped. I suppose while you're here you might as well go and attack Colombia too to make sure they don't get any ideas. Right, so we have a place in the Suncoast belly, so not that many left. Idaho and Washington is course of Columbia, so that's not really much of a priority. Wyoming though and North Dakota, we should definitely take those while they're still colonies. There's a lot of these territories that were colonies before but are not anymore. Yeah, I bet you want peace already, but not super interested in that, I'm afraid. Besides, I suppose I should, besides the colonies then, Wyoming, North Dakota, I should try to connect these, would be helpful. I'm not sure what the most expedient way. Gonna need that Pennsylvania. So I suppose we'll go for Pennsylvania probably as a war goal soon. But I might as well take this promise first. Forgot in your VC, did you do the live conquest trick, kinda? Yes, I did do that. It was one of the places going to give them residency. Democratic Party again? Sure, why not? Economy is doing okay again. To occupation of David. How much will it take you to? Well, we'll see, I guess. Oh yeah, I lost Jingoism because of the doesn't matter, because of the election event. Is Prussia still the best for wild conquest, or Britain better? I think Britain is probably a little bit easier. I mean, Prussia into Germany is also very good, of course, so it's not a massive. But Britain does have a bit more power right at the start and a bit more reach. Boop. My cat is running amok at the moment. When you play Prussia, you get to annex a whole great power early on. You do, yeah. Although you can get quite a lot of stuff from around, like you can annex Austria fairly efficiently later on. Like you can do release conquest on Hungary and whatnot. But sure, it's a pretty good start with Germany there. going to take this. Do we get Jingoism? Slowly. It's not that fast. Are we laissez-faire, pro-military, full citizenship, secularized? They're not particularly into any of the reforms, so I don't know why they're so reluctant to get Jingoism. Should probably split these up a bit. Get one of each here. What would the top 5 nations for world conquest? Hard to say. Probably Germany, UK, maybe USA, Italy, maybe, and who else? Maybe China, maybe Ottomans, perhaps. I don't think Russia. It's very difficult to get high revanchism as Russia, I find. So that's a problem. Otherwise, it would have been very good, but that's sort of an issue. Okay. How are we doing? Do I need to get your capital before you agree? Alright. We'll just send these over to the capital then. Best part of doing world conquest Russia is that you won't have to conquer Russia. Yeah, that's is probably the number one. Actually, that counts for quite a bit. So thinking Pennsylvania. Get that. Oh, Colombia's over here. Wow. Well, you're here, so... Okay, got your capital. Yeah, good. Then we'll peace out Colombia. We won't have to deal with them anymore. But now you're exiled, so you could move someplace. I'll move you up here for now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll beaten them pretty handily. Why would Italy, China, or Ottomans be better than France? Mostly because revanchism, really. They can all get revanchism pretty well. Yeah, France is difficult to get revanchism to. You don't really have any good way. You just have to like intentionally lose some wars early on, so you lose core provinces, but that won't give you that much revanchism anyway. So it's still doable as France, of course, but it's a little bit annoying. Let's can we get somebody who's not slow as crap? This dude. Yes, they stopped their siege. That's really all I wanted them to do. So probably try to take Ohio if we can. I suppose they are faster than I am, you know. So I'll need to chase them forever and ever. And we are... well, we've soon got the Jingoism. Weird that the sick man of Europe has a better shot to conquer the world. Yeah, basically. I mean, they can get a lot of ranches up fairly easily, so... If I would do another world conquest though, I've been tempted to try it as like as as Krakow into Poland, Lithuania, actually, for a number of reasons. But they have some interesting strats you can do. Let's see. So this is just that much. What would Ohio cost me? 35. I'll take it. Now we're getting even closer to connecting our land. And we get more reforms. Should be able to get a lot of should go over here because this is a Wurgle. Should be able to get a lot of immigration soon, I feel like. Krakow War conquest is both ironic and badass. You seem like an intentional handicap. Yeah, it's if you remain as Krakow, then that would be tricky. But if you form Poland Lithuania, then that's a different story. Still a bit of a slow start, so you need to overcome that. But once you do, then it's pretty good. You know, maybe you could actually go up here and help a little bit. If you go to Wyoming, then you can go up here. Divert more. That's good. Let's exploit people. That's what we like to see. Hell yeah, brother. Republic of Texas is the only America I recognize. That is, that's true. I feel like the USA is not enough Texas. Can add another. How are we doing? 7-2. So we can add North Dakota, which is 7. So that puts us at about 80. Is there any of these states that are like cheaper than? So we could like take it. I suppose maybe not. Oh, Hawaiian Islands, right? There are these little things. Not British Columbia though. Oregon. Oh, Oregon is only 10. Wow. So small. New Jersey. That's right here. Oregon is a bit isolated. Also, Oregon is part of Columbia, so we can try for New Jersey then. Let's hope that things don't suddenly jump up in cost, but it's a risk we'll have to take. Please add my home province of British Columbia to the Great Republic of Texas. I'm sorry, but I don't think American British Columbia will become Texan British Columbia, because I'll probably just release Columbia as an independent nation instead. I hope that's a acceptable compromise. Yep, American British Columbia, British Columbia. That is the most British place on earth. UK best start, Prussia second best with unique benefits. US slower but snowballier, Italy and Ottoman weakest early but pick out the pace. Did I got it right? Yeah, more or less. It's fairly accurate, I would say. Cost of science demands it. I don't even know what the cost of science demands. Fuck British Columbia, goddamn. Truly, we are the most British people to ever live. Yep, you're more British than the people in Britain. 92, okay. So, with North Dakota on top of that, that should, it should work. Hopefully. More military tech. Actually, maybe we should do We should do this for supply limit. That'd be great. Fucking love supply limit. Still nothing has increased in cost. That's good. By the way, when is my truce with the bridge up? 65. Oh, that's not as. That is not long enough for me. They will definitely attack me like instantly, probably. Locals, Nebraska. Let's go. I'm losing great power again. This is so sad. How can the mighty Texas not be a great power? Makes no sense. Yay, okay. So we will add North Dakota then. And then we should be able to get 100% war score and be done with this. I hope. That is that war goal. Let's just keep going here, I guess. Swell. How are we doing on that front? 21st. Yeah, we got a lot of tickers. We got some blockades, though. More military tech. We are losing money. Locals do stay fit. Oskala Blaskala. I believe that's how that's pronounced. They're gonna retake a part of Ohio. This is very unfortunate. They would accept though. Great. Do I need to exile myself for this? Probably. Do I? Yeah, you'll get exiled. I think they all will get exiled actually, so that's good. Let's go. Okay. And Texas is a little bit bigger again. So let's see here. What do we have? We'll be able to release Colombia from all of these ones. Then we'll need to take Montana. Hopefully CSA can retake their course on... They have Maryland too. They have... Wow, that's a lot. They have more course than they had in it. Okay, that's very good. Alright. So they can retake those cores at some point. So then we just need to eat these states and release New England. Yeah, I should be fine. We'll have to prep for another war from the British, most likely. I really frickin' hope that CSA doesn't... I'm gonna try to, like, spare them, probably. Just so they don't attack me again. I'm rank 6 now, by the way. Would probably be worth at least one more war with Mexico just to tie this together. That would help nice. Then I can walk between. We'll get over here. If they keep spanning divisions, so that CSA will get a chance to do it. I rarely see CSA respawning divisions. Well, we'll see. They have a few divisions. My hope is that... It's a bit of a problem. The truces are a bit mistimed. Actually, the truce with me is shorter. So my truce with USA is a bit longer. If I manage to sphere the CSA, then US won't be able to attack them. So that would be good if I have time to do that in between. Then I just need to, at some point, destroy the US completely, and then hopefully the CSA should see the opportunity to declare war and regain some cores. That would be good. Be very good for me. USA has decided to ally France, so that's gonna be fun once that happens. I can probably invest. No, wait, can I? Build foreign factory? No. I can, however, build railroads. Boop. Has anybody else invested at all? Nobody else has invested, so. Am I allowed to build? I am allowed to build railroads in my own land. But I don't know if I want to. Alright, I might be able to get around the truce with USA later by attacking Mexico, if I want to. But we'll see. Probably should immobilize for now. And prepare for next war with the British. Which is probably gonna be just as annoying as the last one. We have a lot more troops now though. A lot of Yankees. Can you show culture of New York? The moment it looks to be pretty much, very much Yankee. Yankee Doodle Doo. Tiny bit of Mexicans, incidentally. Dixie and Mexican. That's funny. A little bit of Texans. The Mexicans are moving up here. Lots of. Wonder if I'll start assimilating. Texan East Coast would be wild. Well, prepare for wildness because that is what we'll get eventually. Right, was I thinking something? I don't know. Yep, that is fine. I think though maybe I'll settle for this for now and end the streaming session. I will almost certainly continue streaming tomorrow though. Maybe daytime, or maybe evening time, or maybe both. We'll see. Actually, I should give this save a better name so I know exactly which one it is. We'll call it United States of Texico. Thanks. Well, thanks for watching, Big Dickens. I hope to see you around more. And thank you for tuning in, Tarkus. It's an honor to have the world's greatest CK-free, maybe Victoria-free speedrunner in chat. Also, we can raid somebody. We could raid Sayusa. Sayusa is a fun guy. He's playing a more modern game, namely Victoria Free. So let's do that.